Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. So today I was going to speak about the different type of homes. Um, However, the universe has whispered to me and told me to briefly touch on a different type of disabilities individuals will have that will generally occupy the homes. So the reason for that is that it's imperative that you know and show interest in your individuals that occupy your home. One of the main purposes is so that you and your care team will know the level of care that each individual needs, so no one goes, without attention and the right attention or proper attention. So with that being said, through research, experience, and knowledge that I have compiled, some information that I'm going to share with you in this video today. I will explain the difference between developmental and intellectual disabilities. I always jumble those two up for some reason all these years, and I still do it, and it's an ongoing process with those words. So developmental disabilities is more so physical, language, speech, cognitive, motor skills, vision. That's to name a few. Intellectual, you see, is more neural, the brain, of course, learning, following directions, things like that. Which both of them sound strikingly similar, and that's because they work together in order to function normally. They both work together, and for human beings, right? So developmental disability is a group of conditions due to an impairment that affects the physical, learning, language, and behavior. That's the name of few. So that's it in a nutshell. Okay, so one that I have seen in many clients is through the years is cerebral palsy. This one is really common amongst the intellectual, the IDD and IDD the community. I've seen this over and over, many times. So it's the inability to maintain balance. That's what it is in a nutshell. That's what cerebral palsy is. What it is in a nutshell. Like the front of it. So there is no cure. However, they have certain treatments that improve and medications that improve some of the symptoms. Cerebral palsy, of course, cerebral is the brain, of course, and palsy is the loss or weakness of the muscles. So, and that's caused by abnormal brain function. So, of course, you may see intellectual disabilities, seizures, vision problems, hearing, change in the spine, joint issues, and I'm not a doctor. I compiled this information from the CDC because they have the facts, and I compiled it from me learning and doing research and just seeing, working with the individuals, right? So this is how I learned, all the different things. And like I said, it's important for you to know, like who you're working with, So the second one I'm going to talk about is the Fragile X syndrome, and it's called FXS, abbreviated. And this is an inherited genetic disorder. It's caused by changes in a specific gene that produces protein. So people who have the FXS do not have that gene that makes that protein, right? So furthermore, the causes you'll see this. This causes like developmental delays such as not walking or talking at a specific age. Intellectual disabilities, of course, such as eye contact, anxiety, inability to pay attention. They'll see flapping of the hands, and they do that quite often, and speaking without thinking. And like I said, this is all to name a few because I'm going through them briefly, right? And you always refer to the CDC to find out more, or whatever you go into Google or whatever. But how autism is the next one I'm gonna speak about. It's autism spectrum disorder, and it's short for ASD. Well, ASD is a short abbreviated, right? And autism spectrum disorder. That's the whole thing. So it's caused by differences in the brain. Now, some have a known difference, such as genetics, who are diagnosed, and others is unknown why. And quite frankly, ASD is still in the learning stages with scientists. So the symptoms, are as follows. So you may see clients behave, communicate, and interact in ways that are different from most people. There are no set distinguished looks with individuals with ASD that set them apart from others. They usually notice a child that has the ASD. They usually notice by the age of 3. When properly diagnosed, by the age of 3, they will usually know. And this causes delays in social communication. You'll see repetitive behaviors like picking their clothing or ripping their clothing, disrobing, that's taking all their clothes off. They'll take all their clothes off. Some are hyper focused on special things more than others. And like I said, these are, I'm going through this briefly, and that's to name a few, right? And then we have hearing loss. So hearing loss is usually noticed after 6 months of age. Its causes are when any part of the internal ear is damaged or not working, right? So that's complete hearing loss, right? So you may, for an individual that has hearing loss, you may see speech delays. Their speech is unclear. They do not get startled by loud noises like one of us, a person that's not will. So they won't get startled by loud noises. Inability to follow directions. Always have TV loud on volume. Most of the time it's genetic. And also Down syndrome can be the cause, which brings me to my last one that I will touch bases on. And the last one I'm going to touch bases on, like I said, I only named like 4 of the disabilities that these individuals that will be occupying your homes have. I only named like 4 of them. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more. And so you really have to know what type of care they need in order to help them properly. You understand what I'm saying? And that will make a good business. If it'll make a good business. It'll be good for them. It'll be good for their family. You don't want to just go into this blind and not know anything. And then my goal is really why I'm doing this is to really help people. I really love helping people. Like I said, I've been doing my introduction video. I've been doing this for years. I've been helping people for years. Like always had in that field of helping people. But to me, I believe you have to be genuine about it. It can't be just, oh, I'm just doing this for business. And like I said, it is a business at the end of the day, and we get that, it is. But you're dealing with people's lives here. So let's get back to get to Down syndrome. All right. So Down syndrome is a genetic chromosome disorder that causes developmental and intellectual delays in individuals. It's a genetic disorder that is caused when abnormal cell divisions in extra genetic material from a chromosome called 21. And a chromosome is called 21. You will generally, this is what you will generally see in individuals that are diagnosed with Down syndrome. So you will generally see like lazy eyes, difficulty thinking, bent fingers, displaced tongue, hearing loss. They'll solely breathe out their mouth, opposed to how you breathe out your nose and your mouth. They'll breathe like that out their mouths. A thickening of the skin, like their feet and hands, for example. I have seen this and have accompanied some clients actually to podiatrists to treat their feet due to thick skin, because it's hard. I've seen like their feet, like the skin would grow so thick that it's kind of hard to maintain. So they will have to go to professionals to even get that taken care of. Now, so this is going to conclude. Like I said, I only named a few. I'm going to conclude the different disabilities and everything like that. So, however, There are more, of course, like I said. These are just common ones that I named. I am no doctor, like I said, once again. I am no doctor. I work closely with these individuals, hence the reason I'm able to compile this list and share it with you. That I'm no doctor, right? So I also refer to the CDC for additional facts. So that's it. So if so that's really how I got my information once again. So just for, you know, those purposes, I'm just letting you know I'm not a doctor. This is from experience. And like I said, the CDC, because I do research on everything. Because I want my first home and whichever ones I'm gonna do after, and whatever I'm gonna venture out and do, you know, after, I want it to be very well thought out. You know, I don't want it to be just, oh, I'm opening a home. I want it to be very well thought out. I want things to go well. You know, I want to really, truly, genuinely help these individuals, not just open up a home and just give them a room and that's it. So I'm gonna talk about this briefly, because I'm gonna have an entire video talking about an ISP. Now, ISP is an individual service plan. Some may call it a Part 5, right? So every single individual that enters your home must, I'm gonna repeat, must have one. So an ISP is a written document that outlines resources, activities, and support needs for an individual to accomplish their everyday life goals. And I will get into the ISP in some later videos. So all the, you know, the developmental and the intellectual disabilities that I named, and their ISP, just like you go to the doctor and you know, sometimes the doctor will ask for your records from another doctor. You will get the records from another home, whether it be from their parents. You'll get some stuff from doctors. You know, it's a big team, and we'll talk about that another time. But it's a big team of a large team of people that work with you. It's not just you, your individuals, your workers. No, that's not it. It's a large team of people that work with you, and I'm gonna get into that another time. But so we'll talk about the ISP and what it is. Everyone that comes in your home needs an ISP, and that's so important. So you see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going? So I'm cooking the meat and potatoes. I'm not just giving you the recipe. You get what I'm saying? So I hope I've helped someone today. My next video will be on direct support workers, DSPs, which is me. Those awesome people that will work in your homes, taking care of these wonderful individuals that need our assistance for the assisted living. Yeah, so they need our assistance. So I want to thank everyone for tuning into my video, and like, subscribe, share, and you have a blessed day. Thank you. Until the next video.